In this video, I'll be discussing KLS Financial. Hi, I'm Consumer Protection Attorney Bill Clanton, and I've helped hundreds of consumers, regular folks, deal with debt collection harassment, inaccurate credit reporting, and other consumer-related matters. By the end of this video, you'll understand who KLS Financial is, what they do, and the laws that protect you from their bad acts. KLS Financial is a third-party debt collector based out of North Carolina. They have a bond on file with the Texas Secretary of State, so they are a legitimate debt collector. They collect debts generally on behalf of the medical industry. I haven't found any lawsuits on file against them in the federal court system. That doesn't mean that there are not lawsuits against them in various state courts. They have 3 Better Business Bureau complaints and over 30 Consumer Financial Protection Bureau complaints. So while it doesn't seem like anybody's filed a lawsuit against them in federal court, there are plenty of people who've complained about them, especially for a company that was founded in 2017. That's kind of a lot of complaints. On their website, they have a quote by Dr. Seuss, which doesn't really make them seem like the most serious group of folks, especially when they're collecting debt that's as serious as medical debt. They have quotes on their website about patients who refuse to pay their bills, which really is insensitive to the reality of folks. There have been studies that have been done that show that something like 4% of people actually refuse to pay bills. And I've seen in my experience lots of medical bills are the results of disputes with insurance companies and with doctors' offices. So a lot of these debts that they collect are not because people refuse to pay them. They're because of billing errors and disputes with insurance companies. And there's also the fact that people fall on hard times. People lose jobs, lose loved ones. Circumstances make it difficult for people to pay their bills, especially nowadays with COVID going on. It's hard. But there are 3 powerful federal laws that you need to know about if you're dealing with KLS Financial. The first one is the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or the FDCPA. The Fair Debt Collection Practices Act says that KLS cannot harass you, and cannot threaten you, it cannot engage in abusive conduct against you. They cannot use profanity or obscenities in collecting a debt. They cannot tell third parties that you owe an outstanding debt. They cannot call you before 9 a.m. or after 8 p.m. They cannot make misrepresentations to you about the debt, especially the amount of the debt, the character of the debt, or the legal status of the debt. If they report it on your credit report, they have to do it accurately and completely, and if you dispute the debt, they have to report it on your credit report as disputed. A failure to do that is a violation of the FTCPA. They cannot add fines or fees to the debt that are not provided for in the original contract for the debt. At the outset, under the FDCPA, at the outset of collections, or within 5 days of their initial communication with you, KLS has to give you notice under 1692G, the G notice under the FDCPA. And the G notice says that KLS has to tell you the name of the current creditor, the amount of the debt, and give you notice of your right to dispute the debt, request verification of the debt, and request the name of the original creditor. Now, you can dispute the debt at any time, but if you're going to request verification or request the name of the original creditor, that has to be done within 30 days of receiving this letter. Now, a lot of debt collectors like to take liberties with or give their own interpretation of this G notice. And oftentimes these interpretations are misleading. So it's important to save your initial communication and any other written communications you receive from KLS. They can make statements about the debt or about increases to the debt or about the character or amount of the debt in these written communications that are violations of the FDCPA. So save everything if you're dealing with a debt collector, including KLS. The next law is the TCPA, the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. The TCPA says that if KLS is going to call you with an autodialer or text you with an autodialer, they have to have your permission. And you can revoke your permission at any time. Now, a call or a text placed without your permission is a violation of the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, and the penalty is $500 per violation. And if you can show that they made these calls or sent these texts knowingly or willfully, then you can get up to 3 times that penalty, or up to $1,500 per call or text. As you can imagine, these damages can add up very quickly. The third law that protects you from KLS is the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or the FCRA. The FCRA says that KLS has to report information on your credit report completely and accurately. And if they do not report it completely and accurately, you have the right to dispute that. You can dispute it with the credit reporting agencies, the credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, or anywhere else it may be appearing on your credit report. And you can also dispute it with KLS. Now, once you dispute it, KLS has to investigate your dispute and respond to it. If after you dispute it, the inaccuracy remains on your credit report, then you may have a case against KLS or even Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax for violating the Fair Credit Reporting Act. These 3 laws are powerful ways to protect yourself against KLS and to make sure that your reputation is intact based on your credit report. I want to put them to work for you. Dealing with debt collectors is hard, and I want to take that burden off your back. I don't charge anything to evaluate your case or to get started on your case. In fact, under these laws, I'll get paid at the end of the case, and only if we're successful. You've got nothing to lose. Give me a call today. I'd like to talk to you about your case and see how I can help you out. The number here is 210-226-0800. Thanks for watching.